And then let's continue the logs here. So the heart of the matter. New and improved vacuum soups have finally made it possible to reach the core shroud, the heart of Auxesia. Having visited its dizzying heights myself, I can attest to its breathtaking view. Is that... Oh, can we go there now? Hold on, fellows. Hold on, fellows. We might have to go there. It consists of multiple branching dome-shaped facilities, each seemingly housing critical mechanisms that together comprise what one might call the brain of the city. With restoration of the structure and their facilities complete down below, and the circulation of ether improving around the core, there have been signs of minor activity within. I imagine it won't be long before its systems are fully up and running. With the Cosmo Liner already in place, we're ready for a thorough exploration of the grounds. So let's look at this. Ah, so like the tree this tree here became empowered, so you can see the glow on it before. Before it looked very dead. Oh. Just stopping in to say hello. Hey, Odin. Hope the night has been going well. It has been. We're doing a little bit to helping some friends learn some of the extreme fight, one of the extreme fights earlier today. EX5. The 5th Dawntrail extreme. Managed we had to cut two people that were learning the fight. Managed to get them, well, 3 people technically, because we had to pick up a 3rd off of Party Finder. So we had 3 new people, and we managed to get through it, which is good. And on our kill, we had the wings drop as well, and it went to a friend. Squidden ended up picking up the wings, so great night overall. The fifth extreme is probably what I consider the most difficult. That and the newest one, I think, will probably be the most difficult ones. But yeah, let me see. Let's go out and explore this area. And yeah, now we're out in cosmic exploration. We're gonna do the epilogue quest here in a second. I'm just seeing everything that was new since last I've been out here. This one? Maybe not. No, I don't think this was the right way to go. Oh, okay, we have to go back, and there's a separate Cosmo Liner thing that we have to get on top of. Hold on, go back. I also think we did, yeah, we picked up these 2, the Sylvan Stacks and this Ethernet. I think Shard were new since last I've been out here. So we did pick up those ones, but I think those were the only 2 new ones. I've got the rest of them. All right, hold on, down this way. Oh, look, all the connections. I've never seen so much data. The little loprit up there. Oh, sweet carrots, you've never failed to disappoint. Oh, carrots. Oh, carrots. There we go. All right, let's see. We're really taking the scenic route all the way up here instead of directly up. We're going in a rotation. Okay, so that's the dome structures I see. We have to open new routes to other structures, too. The work never ends. All right, let's read the other updates, though, because let me see. So that's the heart of the matter. Reviving Grandma Laurel. Oh, look at the roots. Whoa, you can see they've had like an energy moving effect as well. Cool. It says, preparations to reboot Grandma Laurel, perhaps the most vital and of the many facilities here on Auxesia, are complete. Like many of the structures observed but down below, the surrounding trees seemed woefully malnourished. Thanks to our growth formula, however, the revitalization was a simple matter of course. As a result, we were able to confirm the presence of strange, giant sphere and even stranger trees stretching out to support it. The research team speculates it may be something akin to a central processing system, but only time will tell. Complete restoration of Grandma Laurel will require a delicate touch. Carefully reestablishing the flow of ether at key locations, a task we must leave to the research team. Until the work is complete, we can only wait and hope for the best. Oh right, we can't do that one mountain. This is when they open the doors. Oh, it's got like the overlay of like the city on it with the circles. Like this is how the planet looked like from the outside. And then the final level. Oh, look, little like benches out here too. The final level. Looking about the lush greens and vibrant foliage of Auxesia, one can almost hear the Voyagers singing praises of a job well done. When first we arrived, these verdant surrounds were marred by a great many problems. Even the flow of ether throughout the city was stagnant, a far cry from the serene visage that now lays before me. From its inception, the Cosmic Exploration Initiative maintained a single goal: to hop from star to star in search of life. And even should our path never be fated to cross, I choose to believe that the intrepid spirit of the Voyagers is here with us all the same. Even now, their hymn to the world echoes on the wind, carried through the rustling trees. Yeah, the echoes of what remain. The footprint that they were here. Remember that we once lived. We've reached an incredible milestone, but there are yet more stars in the sky, more worlds that await exploration. Hell yeah! I mean, I like if we continued this as like if this is the crafter relic shit going forward, I wouldn't mind. It would lack in variety, but you know, like well, in terms of like, you know, what you'd be doing. But you know, this is basically infinite, like possibility. You can go wherever you want. Our journey is far from over, but for now, dear reader, this is Reporting Away signing off. Oh boy! All right, let's see what this final video log was. I love how the Damel giraffes are just sort of like chilling. They placed them ambient around the area. All right, hold on. Oh, got like a starry effect up above. Second screenshot for posterity to catch the starry bits above as well, just in case I didn't. Oh, it's the leaves. There's a striking resemblance to the star itself, right? That's what I said. Maybe it's all supposed to represent their vision of the cosmos. Oh, we've got like a little like stand or something here. This is the control panel, probably. Okay. Grandma Laurel has been rebooted and reconnected to the vast family net route. I see the family net route. Restoring nearly all functionality to the star. All that remains is to repair the core system, but the arcane circuits are rather complex. The ether is at our fingertips and yet tortuously beyond our reach. No, I know my team has what it takes to get to the bottom of this. It's only a matter of time. All right, Look at that. It's supposed to be water? Or is that like just like that energy flowing out? They did a really nice job on this, the visuals. All right. So yeah, we're at the final level, so I guess let's just go do the, we're gonna be going to do the epilogue quest now. Let's go back to the main area. Yeah, you sort of saw it in the final video feed, but holy shit, who's this theorizing way? Look, they got the giraffes just hanging out here. For last time, you cannot ride the camel. I'm sorry, I just felt so alive on it. If only you truly feel that way, we can register you for pilot training. Wait, can I do that really? It's not an easy feat, mine, but if you're that determined... Oh, dude, the final... Huzzah, I'll do it, I'll be the best pilot ever. The final tale to this Lopert that was trying to ride all the mechs and everything like that, and they were just like, don't touch it. They get to be a pilot. That's adorable. Doing the full little dance. Theorizing way. Given our rate of progress, I believe Auxesia is due for some special guests, don't you? Oh, it's gonna be with the side quest stuff. Okay. Was theorizing away the one? Man, I should have probably looked up to keep the voices consistent. Looked up how I voice some of the characters. Time for me and my partner here to seek new frontiers. We'll go with you. Oh, this is another recurring character. Everyone together. I'm usually more of a lone wolf. But I could get used to company. Mech's not much of a talker. Oh my god, that's great. Cause yeah, this guy and his mech have been all throughout. There's this cool guy in his mech, but now he's going with the Loperet and the little mammoth companion. Oh, see, look, the Damels are out here just chilling. Just having a good time. Kevin Light, I started a club. Don't tell anyone, it's gonna be big. New members welcome, but sorry, Loperts only. Oh, it's this guy who was from the side quest from last time. The Emerald Star is mine! Yes, just like that, the backdrop is perfect! It was he used him the side quest last time with this outfit. He said he was acting like a villain, like in the dramas. In this case, I think it was like Darth Vader type, but it was just acting, so it's not like he was actually being villainous. Oasis was a real nightmare on that front. Oh, and then this is just talking about the energization and the having resources. How in the hell is this carrot jam so good? It's quite surprisingly popular amongst the initiative. Carrot jam. I think that they actually made Archon Loaf palatable. With carrot jam. Oh my goodness. Alright, okay, alright. Commanding away! And the vicarious vacationers. Alert, you have exceeded working hour projections. You are instructed to go forth and party immediately. Are those Mamuko's orders? Mamuko being like the manager here, basically. Yeah, think of me a plumber or what with a circuitry inspection they've been asking of me. Finally, a break in the action. I had it rough in the beginning. Glad it's calmed down. You've researched the gravitational anomalies on Oasis, yes? Gods, who hasn't? I love the initiative members. There's a bunch of wacky scientists out here in space. Apparently, Namingway has had another stroke of inspiration. This carrot jam is phenomenal, apparently. Carrot jam and Archon Loaf, the perfect match. I honestly don't know how I ever lived without it. Archon loaf and carrot jam, apparently. This will make for fine footage. Look at them with their goddamn practically phones. What's all this talk about Star Admiral I keep hearing? Oh, that's the guy on the other side. That's the Star Admiral. Well, the writer of Labyrinthos Interstellar Opera might be visiting. Gods, what I wouldn't give to meet them. The Interstellar Opera. Last time you... Oh, this is... We're back here already. They're going to become a pilot. Pass the airborne test with flying colors. So I see, it looks like you're cleared for launch. Okay, hold on, and then Justa's over here. And like manner to Oasis, we've deployed a fleet of repurposed war machina to aid in exploration. It pleases me to see them put to good use. Oh yeah, there's been a bunch of new ones that are based on like Garlean. I like that they're reusing the Garlean models here for the mechs here, but it's all lore accurate. So they're reusing the models, but they're reusing it because the Garleans are helping them make the mechs to explore and stuff like that. So you got like a bunch of the spider mechs, including this one, which I managed to pick up, which is like trans spider mech, as I like to call it, because the trans flag colors. There's a bunch of the other ones like this. We've also got this one's new to the planet, another color for the mechs, this time blue. There's a couple other ones that I don't have yet, but we did at least pick up I picked up these ones. All right. They better be sending us some tasty treats. These are the people who invented Archon loaf. Don't get your hopes up. Oh no. Well, we have Mervyn bread now too, the Mervyn bread. I guess our job here is done. It certainly had its moments. What do you mean, done? There's tons of research left to do. All right. All right, now that I've gone around and looked at all the new stuff, let me see. Let us get over here and let's do the quest. All right. So here we are back on, for Cosmic Exploration, back on Auxesia. We're going to be doing the epilogue quest here now that we've completed all, completed all the levels of this place. Let's see the epilogue quest here. Continue the story. All right, the Songs of Distant Trees. Searching Away could not be prouder of the initiative's blossoming efforts. Ah, there you are, Calvin. All the greenery starts to blur together after a while, doesn't it? No, it's gorgeous still. Have you learned your way around? I know it like my own backyard, or I'm afraid I was rooted to my work. No. I'm a gatherer. I've been leveling the gathering stuff here and there. So I know it like my own backyard. If we had a backyard, I only have an apartment. There's no outdoor space. Like my own island sanctuary. At last I return. Vast these ruins are. I do believe I've officially named everything. Welcome back, Naming Way. I saw your submissions on my Exo tablet, and suffice to say, they're already hit with the crew. Glad to be of service, as always. I look forward to sharing my many discoveries. In the meanwhile, we've been investigating the inner workings of Grandma Laurel, the big tree. There's a green crystal at her core, not unlike the euhedron on Oasis. In this case, however, the problem isn't a mere lack of ether, but also old age wearing down the components. Thus, I asked Elise and her team to make careful repairs alongside their analysis. And guess what? Owing to the knowledge gained on Oasis, she says they're already nearly done. So what should we pay our dear grandma a visit, I like that they just call him the big tree Grandma Laurel. right, let's go. Let me see. We gotta get out there. But there's no Ethernet shard, so we just gotta book along the Cosmo ways. And then down this way. And up the tree we go. You seriously like Crystal Mountain and other stuff in the distance. I never thought to look out. Hold on. To look out at the scenery from here. Kind of gets blocked by the Cosmo liner, but you can sort of see it. Look at that view. You can see the mountains in the distance. Very cool, very cool. Alright, naming way. Oh, Crammed Laurel, what sage wisdom have you for us? Searching way. Right then, let's go inside and see how the team is faring. Woo. A good time in you, Lord. Now that we've fixed it up, we believe this arcane circuit can reactivate the core system. We need only supply ether of like signature. We're just about to give it a go. Oh, channeling their own ether. Alright, okay, alright. Searching way so excited. Ooh. Oh. Okay, alright. Is this like a little arcane entity or what? Unspoken voice. Unspoken. So it's like a voice in the head. Trunk network. Sleep mode. Disengaged. Redefining chlorophyll protocols. Trunk network sleep mode disengage. It's all like terminology. Is that a Voyager? Did they just speak to us? Wait, that wasn't the Echo? Man, oh, it's been quite a while since the Echo's been brought up, but like us being able to understand. Or it's been a long time they brought up the Echo, but yeah, the normally like something like this, it'd be like we can only understand it via the Echo. There must be some manner of magics at play. Because yeah, normally the Echo allows us to understand any language and then also be understood. When they add Pokemon to Final Fantasy 14. It looks like it's like a little spriteling, and honestly, it reminded me more of like a Legend of Zelda character. Honestly, I'll say, wait, that wasn't the Echo. You guys heard that too? I can think of no explanation but that in order to bypass the language barrier, this entity has attuned to our very minds. Holy shit. Protocols active. Heed us, Shatterer of Slumber. Okay, look at that little thing. Though this synthesis of knowledge, through this synthesis of knowledge, do we choose peace? Speak Do we who choose peace speak unto you? Okay. But to whom do we speak? To what end would you bid us part from ambrosial dream? We hail from stars beyond, seeking the wisdom of our forebears in cosmic sojourn. Phew, that is not easy. Essentially, we found your navigational chart on a gravity-torn star and wanted to know more about you. Does that make sense? Z. Elnawat, the Wasteland. Okay, so that is, Oasis. Long has it been since we were forced to abandon it. You have traveled far. Tell us more. After you left, did you continue to voyage there regularly for supplies of ore? And was it not that overuse of gravitational magics which created the anomalies that exist there today? How accurate is my hypothesis? An impressive deduction, in harmony with the truth. Okay. So that was their overuse of gravitational magics that did lead to the gravitational anomalies on Oasis. All the scientists are like, yay! Our hypothesis was correct! What the fuck are we doing? Such intelligence in itself is an unreliable indication. But your organic pulses bespeak no savagery. There was a lot of races, or there's a lot of planets that Medion talked about in her report. And one of them was that one planet sought to like not have any conflict, but in so doing they were conquered. Like they thought the path to like higher existence was like to relieve themselves of any to have no conflict, but then they were conquered from elsewhere. So is this like one of the races that's just like, you know, peace, no conflict above all? Organic pulses can bespeak savagery? This is well. Had you any ill intent towards us or our star, we would have been forced to take certain measures. Okay, maybe not. Maybe they're not that race. Or that star, that planet. But if you seek only to know the forest, then we may grant you a guide. What is your answer? Okay, alright. Screenshotting for the lore. Screenshotting for the lore. These guys remind me a little bit of the elementals. Setting aside the troubling nature of your other statement about, being like, wow, if you were, we would have to have taken actions against you. Yes, I think that sounds lovely. Well, little sound effects. What's happening? We're getting a wee little guide, obviously. New minion acquired. Receive of us this terminal bud. So long as you show us no hostility, we will cooperate in kind. More lifelike than a mammoth, yet unmistakably inorganic. And you say it has all knowledge of the star. I don't believe they said it quite like that. Think of the impact this will have on our research. The bliss of corrections and cooperations. Oh, we simply must seize this chance. I confess, I've seen quite a bit of your star already, and given names to all my favorite sites. In fact, I was planning to take Kelvin here on a grand tour, as per usual, and tell her all about them, but frankly, I'd rather hear your names. Our names. Our names. And perhaps you would care to know what we call ourselves. Nagilvi. We'll go with that. So the Voyagers, Nagilvi. Hell yeah, learning. Did they like, is the reason there's no people here because they've like ascended to the trees or something like that? They become one. Oh, they're still there. Excuse me, do you have anything to say? No. Look. So wee little spriteling they are. Aha. Delise, what do you have to say about this? I should like to join the tour, but alas, I'm obligated to supervise things here. You and Namingway have everything well in hand, I trust. Alright, bye, Delise. Ooh, hot damn. Nagilvi, bud. We are a terminal of the trunk network, a branch briefly split from the great tree. Okay. Man, you guys would like this other race that I met of like robed mass figures that represented themselves as like they weren't a tree, but you know they represent themselves as a tree. Like the man, I forget what they were called, but one of the ones in Ultima Thule, the ones that built that made Rala. They said that big tree with the blue leaves was sort of a representation of them and their unity. Anyway, searching away. A chance to speak to a Voyager. Or is it many Voyagers? It's really hard to know. Are they a Voyager? It's because I guess they were slumbering, dreaming? It's as if all my named days has come at once. Oh no. Don't say it like that. Names days. Reminds me of that Stormlight character, as if all my 9 days have come at once. Alright. Namingway? Oh, Kerwin, what a grand opportunity this is. Come, let us learn of the Nagilvi and their home. Each bud is rooted, unseen, to the trunk network. All that is witnessed, every word spoken, flows as fallen rain through the forest. Oh, okay. A direct connection to the mainframe, I suppose. Ah, splendid. There's not like to be a more reliable guide. Hell yeah. Small talk? We had not anticipated interstellar visitors, but nevertheless, we welcome you. This tour shall be all the more edifying for the presence of a proper expert. Alright, let's go then. Starting up here, we got a little conversation spot. Ooh, looking out at the view. Discuss the urban sprawl. It all looks so small from up here, doesn't it? Puts one in mind of an elder watching over their little ones. That's what inspired the names of Grandma Laurel, the purposely positioned towerlings in the family net route which connects them. Family takes many forms in the cosmos. Our new generations would sprout every few turns of the sun, following the great pollination. This also explains why their magic was basically grow up stuff from the land if they're a very, like, plant-like race. We Loporits are mostly familiar with the life cycles of the people of Aetheris. I imagine much is different for botanical beings like yourselves. Oh, scintillating. Scintillating. Alright, okay, alright. I'm just taking screenshots of these guys. Look at them, little plant guys. Assuming, like, I wasn't sure if it was like these were like when the thing first appeared. I thought this was like an arcane entity of the Voyagers, but the more the quest is going on here, it seems like these are the Voyagers, and I guess they've just been they put themselves into sleep. All right, naming way. Wait, there's no other conversation points. No, okay, we're good. Given the placement of Grandma Laurel, I inferred this to be the city center, hence Core Shroud. Similarly, we called this region Lanisal Te, in your words, Central Administration. Okay. Great minds think alike then. I can imagine large crowds commuting up and down these streets. There was a sizable population of Nagilvi prior to your slumber, I hope. They all look like you. Yes, please do tell. Just so. Just so, apparently. We were born of seed and soil. As eons passed, our roots grew, and the stars' sacred power granted us autonomy. Interesting. They were born of seed and soil, and as eons passed, our roots grew, and the stars' sacred power granted us autonomy. When I hear, like, the stars' sacred power, I assume they were granted souls. Because, you know, we learned in the ancient times, like, yeah, the ancients had creation magic and could create things, but they could never make souls. That was only something that would like, they could make creatures that were, if the creatures were like enough to nature, like, they could maybe eventually gain a soul, but only the star, like, could give souls. The souls were of the star, and souls could not be created. You call this power ether or magic. Okay, so they probably were granted souls. As our understanding of it blossomed, we shaped forest into foundation, city into civilization. Oh, you'd be right at home in the Twelveswood. Yeah, that's what I initially thought when they first came up as, like, elementals. But while we had our suspicions, it's almost unbelievable that this was constructed through purely arcane means. Yet you are possessed of skills honed without the use of any sacred power. To us, that is the miracle. As in, like, skills, like tools and stuff like that without just using pure ether, pure magic. So, like, so they built stuff out of the land. Like I said, all of these structures here, they sort of, like, grew via magical means. But they're just like, to build stuff without magic is something that they have not done. But we Loporits were blessed with talents by dint of our creation. Far more special are our contributors from Aetheris. Yeah, they have, the Loporits have creation magic. But yeah, there's like, obviously we don't build purely on ether. Like Gelwin, they began entirely from scratch. This cultural exchange is off to a fascinating start, is it not? Next, let us show our new friend where we conduct our many operations. All right, new friend, let's go to our home base. Hope you don't mind. We've totally taken over a little area. I suppose this is the same conversation point from before if you missed it the first time. Yes, okay. There is another conversation point over here, so let's go there first. All right, there's the conversation point. Discuss Nagilvi technology. This form makes traversal tiresome. If only we could wield our displacement powers. You have displacement powers? We've been making use of the transport vessels and drones left scattered around. Timber drones, I call them. Are they Nagilvi inventions? Yes. We built roads to bridge the treetops, then developed vehicles to facilitate high-speed travel. Teleportation, too, was common. Okay. Oh, hey, brother! Pre-zone Feywild's coded, right? This is the newest planet for cosmic exploration. It's very, very green. It's been the prettiest planet so far, obviously. Obviously. How'd Deathman go? We had managed to get the clear. I had a few people cancel on me last minute, so we had... but then I had another friendo join us, so we had two friendos that were learning, and then one person that we had to bring in from Party Finder who was also learning, so we had 3 learners in total. So it took us the entirety of a couple of hours to be able to like get somebody from the Party Finder and then get the clear, but we did manage to clear it, and the wings drop. Sorry, we did clear it. Sorry, let me not speak as fast. Yeah, we did clear it. And then Squidden got the wings. Which is good because we did have one rando there, so good that the rando didn't snipe the wings. But yeah, very lucky because we only had time to do for that one clear. We didn't really have time for farm afterwards, so it's we were very lucky that the wings dropped. So it went well, and now we have a couple more friendos that know the fight now. I love Smitten. Oh, good nickname. Yeah, hell yeah, so it went well. And look forward to doing more of it, obviously, Saturday. Yeah, better than Squiddomino Bay. Yeah. Better nickname. Anyway, though, let me continue here. Okay, so teleportation 2 was common amongst these guys. Meanwhile, the flying Zysera ore cared for the trees, orbiting the city to bathe each in light in its turn. Okay, so we call them the timber drones, but they've called it Zysera ore. Watch some of your prog, but Obs had to raid. Hell yeah, how'd that go for you? Oh, you're going now? Okay, good night. Well, thanks for popping in and asking after it. Rekill, you got it? There was no problems? I know you guys were having problems with the burb. For those who don't know, Birding's been burning raids in World of Warcraft, and they've been working on the mythic fight, the Phoenix. Bird died yesterday. Oh right, Laura. Right, sorry, not the Phoenix. The wind chime. the dark Naru. Died again. Thank God. Hell yeah. Glad you guys got the rekill. People eating the glaives still, I see. There's a part where there's like spinny swords or whatever shit happening on the ground. It's a lot. From watching it from the outside, I'm just like, wow, there's a lot going on. A lot to dodge, a lot to dodge. But yeah, glad to hear you got the rekill. Yeah, have a good night, Burnin. Have a good one. Yeah, back to Lord Greenery and Exploration. Hell yeah. Alright, naming way. Little wonder the city fell into disrepair without them. Good infrastructure requires upkeep. Everything from street sweeping to floodplain management. Alright, there we go. And then back to the main area. So these are the timber drones. So these are the things. That were apparently like helping maintain the trees and stuff. All right. Here we are. There's no other conversation points, are there? Nope, this is good. Here we are in the Timber Lodge, local outpost for the Cosmic Exploration Initiative, and point of origin for all our expeditions, be they on foot or by starship. This served as a harbor for... Oh, sorry, this is not Gloomy, sorry. This served as a harbor for we Nagilvi as well. We would first teleport ourselves to one of the 2 moons, and from there, journey onto the stars. Oh, we do that from our moon too. Of course, alternating relay points would necessarily reduce the strain inflicted by the gravitational magics, explaining the absence of anomalies like we found on Oasis. Oh, okay, so because they had different alternating relay points between the 2 moons, it reduced the strain of gravitational magic, which meant that there was no gravitational anomalies like on Oasis for them using their gravitational magic to travel the stars. Yes, as a result, we did not realize our sacred power could have such adverse effects. So they didn't realize that the gravitational magic was frigging up Oasis. I see. When we alighted upon the Wasteland Star, we discovered a mystical stone, like onto the dew of 1,000 trees. The green stone. A mere pebble was enough to make the spirit flourish, allowing the sacred power within us to grow all the more. So enhance their ether? And so poor Oasis's fate was sealed. As is ours, since I've decided we're off to Pidus Pergola next. As is ours, as in we're going on. I have more questions that want for answers. Okay. Where the heck are we going? Up over here. Very small circle. Do 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 do. We can teleport there via the Ethernet. Okay, here we are. Hold on, let me take a quick sip of water here. Stay hydrated, everybody, stay hydrated. Obviously, there's a lot of talking. Need to take a sip. All right, let's continue. Might this region hold some special significance to the Nagilvi? Perceptive. Once this was Tolgia Shifya, where we luxuriated in the sun's blessings. But as the veins of dewstone ran dry, we began to wither. Okay, so there's like 1,000. The dewstone was the greenstone from Auxesia. So while it enhanced their ether, without it, their ether began to shrivel?
A choice was upon us. Seek a substitute from another star, or suffer stagnation without the sacred power. Some courageous few journeyed back into the great expanse, never to be heard from again. We are those who remain.
So they might have been caught by the final days if that was the case, but they might still be exploring places out there, some of the adventurous Nagilvi.
Forgive me, I was rather hoping to cheer you up, but I think I see the full picture. You were fighting for the hope of tomorrow, just as we did under the threat of the final days.
Okay, yeah. I guess that's what they're doing. It's very difficult to understand. So they were... I don't know what the threat of stagnation means in this scenario. Stagnation is in, like... Stagnation is not death. Do they mean stagnation of ether would be bad, or they just mean stagnation of their, like, growth of technology? Like, what does stagnation mean in this case?
And you know, no matter the outcome, I think that in itself is quite admirable. We are grateful for your kind words. And last but not least, I say we take a moment to contemplate the fruitful union of city and woodland. To the full bloom gardens.
Because they were existing without the ore from Auxesia. I still have way too many questions. So they got the ore. Is the dewstone the ore from? Because it said like dew of 1,000 forest. Like when they ran out of that ore, like they were called back suddenly from Auxesia. Like they had to leave suddenly from Auxesia. Maybe because the gravitational anomalies was going to be happening. Like they realized the gravitational magic they were using was having an ill effect on Auxesia, and they had to leave. But then without the ether enhancing of the stone, they were stagnating. I'm very confused. All right. The following event cannot be skipped. All right, let's do it.
Rotheris, it is quite uncommon to see paved roads so close to the murmur of fountains and forests.
Also, apologies if any firework noises coming through. There's fireworks going off right now. Quite uncommon to see paved roads so close to murmur of fountains and forests.
Is there anything in particular that stands out to you, Kerwin?
Oh, is this going to be one of the point and click things? Okay. Of course, our companions.
The words spoken onto this terminal are shared with the forest, but worry not, for they shall bear no judgment.
The terminal being them?
What of us nourishes your mind? How will you water us in kind? Already, your admiration of our roots and branches is as pleasant as a spring breeze.
They speak very metaphorically and like with nature terms. Naming way.
There's much to discover amid the green. Go on, have a look.
All right, yes. Quite. All right, the glossy silver clumps.
Those granny nickels are made of solid metal, and consequently weigh tons apiece. In a city of green, the glint is harsh indeed. We call them Meagam Yidi, root silver fruit, though they would appear to have fallen from the trees. From the trees they rise up from within the earth. During the time of our interstellar excursions, it was a rare source of workable metal. Yet even aided by sacred power, we struggled to sculpt with it.
So it maybe doesn't channel ether very well.
Could it be that your arcane manipulations of plans inadvertently causes these metals to clump up? I should like to get an alchemist's opinion.
Okay, so maybe like... Interesting. Okay, no, there's a result of their ether manipulations. Okay. Building with triangular windows.
Behold, the tri-lattice facades, named for the eye-catching windows naturally. Were these your homes? We called them Gaonlin Ver, or sunlit greenhouses. Most served as residences or facilities seeing daily use. Just as I thought. The expedition team found them empty, so any further details you can provide would be much appreciated.
All right, and then tree with pink leaves.
This blushing beauty is a dayspring dew tree, named for its resemblance to the seasonal blossoms of the Far East.
Cherry blossoms.
That is Vilig Apilig, meaning leaves of eternal spring.
Very fitting then.
Spring is... Oh. That you know of this concept would suggest your star has seasons as well.
That we do. So they were going to explain what spring is, but then they said, oh, as if they knew we knew what spring was. Is it because of the mind scan? Was it whatever's happening with the mind connection, considering these guys are speaking directly into our mind?
Auxesia has a temperate climate with 9 distinct stages of spring.
Okay.
Throughout it all, Vilig Apilig never sheds its leaves.
Okay. So they have maybe longer seasons. Like maybe because it's like they have a different rotation around their sun. Or different axis or everything like that. All right, tower and crystal.
To the south is the rooting toweling and massive growths of indicalite, larger than even the euhedron on an oasis. A logistical nightmare to transport, was it not?
The indicalite being this thing, I suppose.
No. The Elena was much smaller when we harvested it from the wasteland. We did not learn until later that it grows with exposure to ambient ether.
Okay. So they harvested this from Oasis, and then it grows with ambient ether. Okay.
Like the dewstone, it was a vital resource upon which we grew reliant for the maintenance of our infrastructure.
Okay. So indicalite and the green crystal was what they harvested for Oasis.
The dewstone, however, was used on most all occasions that we called upon the sacred power.
So every time they were using ether.
Eventually our stores were exhausted, leaving only a fraction deep within the city's core.
Okay, okay.
That explains the visible absence of jasper here.
Which is the dew stone.
Its loss must have been a crisis indeed.
If they were so reliant on it. Street sign structure.
These gallant gantries are known as Auxesian waygates. I recall seeing similar structures in Gardamold. How are these used, I wonder?
Yeah, the street lights.
To disseminate news.
Or this part up here, I guess.
And notices,
Not the street lights.
and notices of congested areas to those in wheeled vehicles.
Ah, yes, classic to a highway.
We regret that this is likely more mundane than you had hoped.
No, you know, functional.
Not at all. It's quite futuristic from our perspective. The city must have been breathtaking back when you had mineral resources to power it.
So they didn't need the mineral resources to power it. Okay. Major roadway.
The great roadway that links each substructure is called the Emerald Navur. Navur? Never? Be sure to watch your step. To us, this was simply Central 3. That which plummets is most often salvaged by the branches below.
Okay, so anything that falls off, as in watch your step, as in, and so anything that falls off would be the branches would catch them.
Below, concentric rivers embrace the great tree, forming a wetland reservoir.
So that's why the planet from the outside looks like these cultivated like lines and stuff.
This way may well be the most fascinating aspect of Nagilvi civilization, the interplay between natural resources and advanced infrastructure. Goodness, we've learned so much. Have your burgeoning questions been tended to, or shall we request another sprinkling of insight?
Even naming way is starting to adapt the nature terminology. My gardening of knowledge has been thoroughly watered, or more insight is ever welcome. No. This is just like, yeah, we're done with the with tapping on things.
Wonderful. I myself have greatly enjoyed the contrast between the names I coined and the Nagilvi originals.
Yeah, there were definitely some similarities between them naming way, so well done. In terms of the meaning.
That as well. Likewise, our first brush with extraterrestrials has been a novel experience. Ah, yes, I expect such encounters are exceedingly uncommon. All the more reason to celebrate ours.
Luckily, we're friendly. Not always the case. Looking at you, Omicrons.
Incidentally, pray forgive the impertinent question, but where do your bodies rest? Is there a facility we've simply yet to find? Our bodies.
They've been uploaded to the tree.
Those who remain on this star.
Just cue the music.
Those who remain on this star chose to lay roots deep in the earth.
Okay.
Entwined in sleep, we lift our arms to the sun. The rustling of leaves, our hymn to the world. Can you not hear us?
That's why they said that's why in the cosmic exploration thing it felt they said every like the rustling of leaves sounds like the hymn left behind by the Voyagers. In this case, perhaps literally. So did they become trees? Is that what they're saying, or like what's happening here?
You mean to say the trees of Auxesia? Together, we endure through the ages untold. No one exists among the many. There is only the forest.
But your spirit, so your bodies became trees and your spirit slumber?
And the forest sleeps, memories indistinguishable from dreams, fleeting as bubbles in a stream. The bud to which you speak to, is part of the system that safeguards our slumber. But even in our stillness, the forest grows, feeding upon the stars' remaining power. Without our former bodies, we are powerless to prune it as we once did.
Okay.
The very stasis by which we hope to staunch our avarice sowed the seeds of our destruction.
Very stasis by which we hope to staunch our avarice. So the seeds of our destruction.
As millennia passed and engorged tendrils began to throttle the natural order, our systems failed, and we lay dreaming.
Okay, so things went to disrepair?
Had you and yours not arrived, one day we would have withered and never even noticed we were rotting. That, to us, would be the only true death.
Okay, screenshotting everything.
Dear me, how dreadful! Imagine our surprise to find instead the suffocating shroud trimmed back, relieving the undue strain upon the star.
Okay.
Our once forsaken city pulses with new life, our trees anointed with new names, and we are happy.
Brought life back here, I guess.
In your coming, you have healed our home.
Hell yeah.
Then the long journey was worth every mom.
Hell yeah, it was.
And with such wonderful traveling companions, too. Joy shared is joy doubled, wouldn't you say, Kerwin?
Hell yeah. Smile and nod.
Speaking of which, I expect Searching Way will want to hear of this. Both of you, pray accompany me back to his side post haste.
I'm a little, though, in the terminology, the way that they speak, I'm still a little bit confused as to actually what the fuck is happening here. And to actually what the fuck is happening. But oh, we're going back to the big tree. So we got that their bodies became the trees, but they were able to communicate, their spirits would be able to communicate via the network, but because their bodies were trees, they couldn't maintain the city as they would before. So things went into disrepair, including the thing that allowed them to channel their spirits to be able to talk like they're doing right now, to be able to communicate. And if things had kept going the way it was, this disrepair of their systems would eventually led to them not having this, or not being able to communicate, or like the ether not being able to flow, or I have no idea. And whatever. So us coming here has helped them, and like us restoring the system, obviously. I'm gonna have to go back and read this on the exact nature of it, because I'm a little bit confused. All right, Delise. Welcome back, you lot. Anything of interest? Lots. Anyway, Silly me, I can't stop smiling. Oh, where even to begin? Gilby?
Though our intent was to teach, we found ourselves enlightened.
Mutual enlightenment. Alright, search away. Welcome back, my friends. How was it, seeing the sights with a native of Auxesia? Man, holy shit was like things, man. They had much to teach us about their history, and that was only the beginning. Sure. Hold on here 1 second, fellas. Before we continue in this, I forgot we're gonna have an ad playing here, and I've used all my snoozes. I'm so excited to just continuing with this that I forgot we need to play an ad here real quick. We're gonna play it real quick. I'm gonna take a sip of water, and then when the ad's over, we'll continue this here in a second. So hold on. All right, hydration achieved, and the ad should be done with now. The ad should be done with. All right, so let's see. We have our responses are their terminology was no less interesting than yours, or now tell him we're the saviors of the star. I think we'll go with the first option. You know, naming way, you did a very good job on your own. I think the second option, I don't think Kelwin would, you know, like, now tell him we're the saviors of the star, eh? That feels like more of a gloat than Kelwin would do. Their terminology was no less interesting than yours. Yes, I'd wanted to mention that especially, and also... Seems like that's the same line. Apparently, we saved the star. I'm speechless. To think our exploration of Auxesia was a matter of life and death for the Nagilvi themselves. And no researcher could ask for better results.
On behalf of the forest, you have our gratitude. But that you preserved us in our slumber isn't the half of it.
So preserved us in our slumber, yes, okay.
You sought to know us, to entwine your roots with ours.
In a metaphorical sense, yes.
Wheresoever your path wends, henceforth we go with you, until our canopy reaches across the stars.
Until our canopy reaches across... Elaborate? Are y'all coming with us?
May you share in the joy of it.
Metaphorically. This isn't like, we're going to conquer. Humble searching away. Humble explorers like myself and my comrades. Such words are an honor indeed. Look at the leafy texture they have. Textures, ever since the graphics update. Texture team, good job. It will take time to develop a full understanding of Auxesia's erstwhile civilization. Dude, I'm having trouble grasping a basic understanding of their civilization. Half buried as it is. Half buried in metaphor as it is. Half buried in terminologies as it is. Or is this like metaphorically like we go with you in terms of like now that you know our story, we go with you metaphorically? Well, anyway, to that end, there's plenty more I would learn about your people. Me too. I say it plainly. If we're to be stewards of your story, okay, it is stewards of the story, we must needs recount it with clarity. Rest assured, the research team will spare no effort, be it on Auxesia, Oasis, Vena, or any stars we may reach in the future. Hell yeah. May the journey continue. This journey beyond Atheris has had a great influence upon my outlook as a scholar. Working on the Ragnarok, my conviction was that a civilization could never truly outlive its architects. Yeah, no, a civilization can't outlive their architects, but an echo remains. Remember that we once lived. Even as I desperately filled the Bibliotheca Historica, as in, like, all the stuff that they were planning on taking with them in the Exodus. It was in service of our people's survival, rather than that of the knowledge itself. If on some distant day, others might come to see us, as we see the Nagilvi, perhaps that legacy is enough. As in, like, I don't know, something wondrous? Legacy. Here. And what Lopbird hasn't found something worth carrying back with them on this grand venture? Whether it be the star's sordid history, or brilliant innovation, or a desperate dream. Naught needs wither, so long as we're here to tend the garden. As in, like, metaphorically. Obviously. Okay, alright, man, there's a lot of metaphor in here. Okay.
As a token of our budding connection, we offer this terminal to take on your journey. Through its eyes, we will see pleasant dreams a while longer.
Oh boy, minion. That's what the mysterious gift was. Very well. Might we entrust it into your care, Kelvin, along with your many other minions? Because you travel.
I dare say our new traveling companion is in need of a proper name, yes? Naming time, hell yeah. Let's discuss.
It's not just gonna be Nagilvi Bud? Oh. I see. Good job, audio team. A moment of hearing the rustling of leaves. To restore radiance to a city, to breathe new life into the leaves. It feels as though we've achieved something truly special. The Cosmic Exploration Initiative has only just sprouted. Everybody's taking on them plant metaphors. Star by star, we'll one day lay roots across the universe. Hell yeah. All right. Budvi, I see. A bud, buddy, and a Gilvy rolled into one. As you completed 50 stellar missions on Auxesia, you're eligible to undertake additional quests. All right. Furthermore, something appears to be weighing on Naming Way's mind. Speak to Searchway, perhaps you can be of assistance. Please be mindful of your character level when exiting Cosmic Explorations. Okay, yeah. All right. Used to acquire the Budvi minion. Says this diminutive relic of the Nagilvi was brought forth by their knowledge construct, which had awakened within the reactivation of Auxesia's city system. First introduced simply as a terminal, it was given its present name following consultation with Naming Way, in the hope that it will see you through on your journeys. It says not only the Budvi, but the forest, the city, all of it is joined at the roots. Oh, it floats very high. Okay, alright, okay. Alright, let's talk to Searching Way here first then. Oh, is this sending us back though? Because why does this look like it's not here? Okay, hold on. Let's do maybe we do the other side quest first. This is a little bit more than I was planning to get to today, but you know, let's do it. We're here, we might as well. All right, let's do the side quest here first. Also, hold on, my headset's low in charge here. I'm gonna plug it in real quick. USB connecting sound. All right, there we go. All right, yeah, these guys that we were talking to earlier, they definitely sounded like their dialogue. I was just like, this is probably somebody to speak to for a side quest. All right, Lively Lopret. If you choose to undertake this quest, know that guidance from the journal, duty list, and map will be limited. Hell yeah, all right. So we get a big pain ticket. The Lively Lopret Fear's break time has gone on over long.
Ha! Calvin Light, you can help me. Can I borrow you?
Okay, nod.
So, Vicarious Vacationers, heard of them? Mammoths, Rest Enforcers.
We did side quests with them on Oasis.
This rest thing turns out pretty important. Who knew? Not us Loprets.
This rest thing?
So we thought about it. Resting. Proper procedure. Formed a club. The vigorous. God, I can't read. The Vigorous Vacationers. Equal parts fun and relaxation. Anyway, came up with a game. Like hide and seek. Use your exo tablet, take a photo, others try to find you. Problem? We're Loprets. Gotta outdo each other. Every game gets harder. More hunting. More hiding. Until we're all carrot starved. Is that really resting? I hear you. It's not. Gotta put a stop to it. 2 of us are still out there. The best of the best. It won't be easy, but you'll be rewarded. The first is around here, wherever here is. I'll also do the image to your exo tablet. Good luck.
Hell yeah, hide and seek. All of the stickers. Man, it's a small image. Where the heck? It's mostly the Lopret in that image. Search for the stealthy Lopret at the location portrayed in the image. A tree with a tower in the background. Okay, one of the light up. So it's definitely by one of the towers. Let's try, because it didn't look underground. Let's try by the Sylvan Stacks Tower first. And then if not, we'll try the Sproutling Tower. Alright, let me look at the image again. Okay, now the beam going off to the right could be there over here. If the beam would be going off to the over to the left, in the image, they would be over here somewhere by a tree over here. There they are. See? All right.
Oh, alas, someone's found me. On second thought, thank goodness, I'm dying for a carrot. I tried chewing on the grass, but it's just not the same. Yes, a nice carrot from the Timber Lodge will set me right. Oh, but before I go, take this photo and find the last hider before they too collapse of hunger.
All the stickers, man. I can't friggin' see the things based on it from all the stickers. All right, let's see what this is. Okay, okay. It's definitely by one of these areas. I don't see any other distinguishing features, really. Besides, like, maybe a bench here. So we just know it's by one of these four-way places. In which case, I think we just have to go one by one and take a gander at each one of each one of these like four-way areas. Okay. Okay, this is more purple than I think would be in the image, so I don't think it's in this one because there's too much purple. Okay. That looks also like it's like too mushroomy, too many of the glowing trees. I don't think it'd be here. Cause this is, yeah, it's way too much mushrooms, glowy trees and stuff like that. Let me check the image again. Yeah, this looks a little bit more flat. Or is this like by a road? If this is by a road, it could be here. But I don't see, let's see, is there any other feature? No, nothing besides there by a road, by one of these four-way areas. Okay, we just gotta keep going. We gotta keep going, we'll find them eventually. So we have no other real indicator besides... Oh, this looks promising, this looks promising. This is more open field looking. There they are. Sneaky Loprit.
She that seeketh, findeth.
Oh, thank heavens.
Having become Mount Shadow, I now suffer a carrot deficiency most dizzying.
Become under shadow.
Let us journey into the Timber Lodge, where I shall dine upon orange ambrosia.
Carrots. Alright, there we go. And let's return. Up there they are, eating their carrots.
Cal and Light, you're back. Heard you found them. Poor fellows, practically inhaling their carrots. Likewise, you've proven yourself a true, vigorous vacationer. As for your reward, an honorary membership. Welcome to the club. Remember, life is hectic. Gotta slow down now and then. Take a breath. It's not easy. Keep trying your best. Or should I say, give up? Go home and sleep? You get the point.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's not giving up. It's just taking a break, coming back, and trying another day. Complete.
Vacationer Kelvin, resting hard or hardly resting.
All right. Oh, look at the big drone. I think I have some for artifact research. Oh yeah, dude, I forgot to do this last time I was here, so... You know what? We'll do some Auxesia drone stuff as well. I was so like it took a while to grind out the level on botany that I was on, and by the end of it I was like, oh thank God I'm done, that I didn't use my drone module stuff afterwards. All right, hold on, we can do that at the end, but let's do the big bang spin, I suppose. All right, we can do this one for a chance at the minion. And the orchestral roll. Nope, wah wah. But die is useful at the very least. Alright, let's see. Let's go to this one over here before we speak to Momoko. Theorizing Way. Another interstellar field trip. Theorizing Way is eager to meet more erudite guests. Ah, yes, I remember now. This is the one that gives us some of the members of the Endwalker role quest from the Studium.
If it isn't young Kelwyn, recall you the visitation of certain Studium members back on Auxesia.
I do remember.
In light of the initiative's progress, I've clearly deduced that a tour of Auxesia shall offer enhanced educational value. And since everyone but me is woefully behind the times, I don't doubt they'll wish to hear of your exploratory exploits as well. Thus, I've seen fit to send invitations anew to all those previously unable to attend. Would you receive them with me?
Once again, it's been a while since I've voiced these characters, so I might not remember what their voices are. I should have refreshed myself. Oh, hey! From the astronomy, from the carpenter role quest, from the metalworking role quest, and the other one is from the gatherer miner, I believe. Varusha, my friend.
Hello there, Theorizing Way, and Kelwyn as well. Thank you ever so much for the kind invitation. Interstellar Studies has opened many a new door, you see. After decades of digging in the earth, any archaeologist would jump at the chance to soar amid the stars.
Oh, right, yes, she was with the archaeology department. Yes, of course. As we were reading in the Interstellar report, the archaeology department was brought in to analyze any cultural findings from this planet.
We may not assist the initiative directly, but it was dear Ki Iliapo,
who was the one that we spoke to start on the who directed us to the different Endwalker role quests.
But if what dear Ki Iliapo relayed to me is any indication, I expect this tour to be no less valuable than the last. To that end, I've brought these two along with me.
We meet again, Kelwyn. In recognition of my Starlens research, which was Starlens was basically like bringing back technology that basically used an ether lens to be able to see stars in the sky that you can't see with the blind eye, to be able to see it via ether. I was recruited to the Venus telescope analysis team alongside Jeremir, who was his friend in the quest. Hell yeah, hell yeah. As aides to the actual researcher's mind. Yeah, because they're still students. Even so, it was an honor to witness the discovery of a new star. And now I personally set foot upon it. While my partner in astronomy holds the fort back home, I intend to learn as much as I can. It's good to see you again, Kelwyn. When I heard tell of an interstellar city, I never imagined something so well preserved. We've been working to restore it. Delise's many accomplishments, however, come as less of a surprise. When we studied anthropology together, she was always relentless. Oh, so Delise studied anthropology. Okay, alright. They were students together. That's cute. The Lee's being the one, the Ellison with the southern accent that I gave. I gave her the southern accent. The project manager, basically. The head researcher, maybe? I forgot her title. Speaking of which, Professor Tinkin expects a full report of the tour. Not that he's needed to ask, as if I would return with naught but a bouquet of Xeno roses. They're married. But do tell if you've seen any particularly charming flora. I don't know if you should be bringing back biological things back to the star, but, you know, probably not good.
In my infinite wisdom, I've already...
I'm not gonna go in. Hold on, I'm gonna go into Rusha's voice.
I've already seen to the necessary arrangements. Professor Rusha, you are free to guide your group as you see fit. However, few have greater first-hand experience in the field than our very own Kelwyn Light. Might you reprise your role as tour supervisor and provider of personal anecdotes?
Provider of personal anecdotes. All right, leave it to me, Chesspat. Oh, please do. You've doubtless learned much of Auxesian civilization that will be of use in contextualizing our discoveries.
As they excel in matters arcane, I suspect their technology may offer inspiration for my research. Let's begin at the Rootling Tower, shall we?
All right, theorizing away. Anything else to say before we leave?
Go ahead and attend to their questions while I contemplate matters of greater import.
All right. Theorizing way is a bit, haughty. All right. So this tower here in the building.
Hinageshi?
So the whole thing is one giant control terminal. Oh goodness, where do I start?
Rusha?
I hear Auxesia was buried in greenery before the crew came. Arduous so it must have been. It warms an old woman's heart to see such meticulous restoration.
Jude?
You know, Kellen, what interests me the most about Auxesia is its etheric control system. While assisting this telescope scheme, Jeremy and I made practical use of our star lens to analyze the ambient ether of each candidate.
Okay, yeah.
In so doing, we learned which specific traits denoted suitability for exploration. In that regard, even static images made apparent that Oasis was unique.
From Fana because of its gravitational anomalies?
Auxesia is the strongest signature by far, and I dare say that the central mechanism controlling the flow of all that ether throughout the city is none other than this tree or tower? Tree and tower all in one. It's true. These are all grown naturally. That's the beauty of arcane manipulation, or it's a pillar of the trunk network spanning the star. We'll do the main one for the exploration. To think this landmark was carefully cultivated to engineer an etheric confluence. Okay, etheric confluence. Okay. And so great a scale has to be visible from another star.
That is precisely what I find so fascinating about the Nagilvi. They harness the forces of nature itself to build and operate their self-sustaining city.
But allowed it also to become easily overgrown.
Professor Nemono,
who I believe was the male Lalafell with the cowboy hat, who was sort of kind of the antagonist of that quest line. But then because he was against Rusha restoring the artifact that she was trying to restore, because he thought it was pointless, it was useless. but it turned out to be important. and then he was just like, you know what, I was wrong. Because he thought she was wasting funds. Anyway, though.
Professor Nabodo and I thought to contribute decryption technology based on the ethereal conversion process we observed in working with the Golden Diata.
Decryption technology based on ethereal conversion processes. Okay, yeah, the Golden Diata was the artifact that they were restoring, which was a translation device.
Thus far, it's been used to analyze information obtained from ancient ruins upon Auxesia and Oasis both. Quite the novel application.
Okay, so it is being used.
If you can interpret messages not only from the inhabitants, but the very star itself.
Is that a thing?
The initiative would make bountiful strides.
Indeed. I'm honored beyond words that our individual research efforts have contributed so much. Next, what say we take a stroll through New Growth, the city? I should like to conduct a thorough examination from an anthropologist's perspective. All right, let's go. Well, I guess at this point we might as well just do this. And then to the right. All right, here we go, here we go. So they're looking at the domiciles, the homes. Arusha?
This city is remarkably well preserved, given it lay dormant for so many thousand years.
Was it thousands?
How I wish Boric were here to see it.
Being her assistant, I believe. Jude? Judging from the structures, the civilization was perhaps more advanced than even our own. Oh, Jeremir, well, some of our civilizations. Oh, Jeremir, the professor was heartless to keep you. Because he wishes Jeremir were here. Alright, Hinageshi. Wait, don't tell me. I believe I ascertained the purpose of this place at a single glance. The stark difference in architectural design, as well as the distance from the central facilities, indicates that this was once the residential district. Specifically, the resemblance to greenhouses afforded by the resin glass windows make abundantly clear that this region was reserved for relaxation. As for the cultural implication of these relics, I must remember to ask Delise her thoughts. Oh, my curiosity is positively piqued. Hell yeah, man. Come now, Kelvin. Lest you forget, my heart beats not only for the professor, but by dint of a love of anthropology. Come now, Kelvin, you have to remember that though my questline was a love story, I'm still very much a scholar. And that well predates our association.
Oh, it's only natural for a scholar's passion to ignite in the field. I dare say this tour has brought out the very best in our dear Hinageshi, and perhaps myself. Indeed, ruins like these are where the sister fields of archaeology and anthropology come together. As the interiors appear intact, I should like to establish a detailed chronology.
Hell yeah. Science! But astronomy has a part to play as well. How did the city's ether circuitry serve its people? If only Jeremy were here to offer his informed opinion. Guy, he misses his best friend Jeremiah, or more, his best friend Jeremiah. Doubtless, there will be further opportunities for him. Hell yeah, Jeremiah, get out here sometime. Jeremiah sitting back at home crying. Upon our return to the studium, Professor Tinkin and I will endeavor to reproduce the most significant elements of Nagilvi's heritage.
Until then, we've much more to examine. Kelvin, reinform the arising way that we'll report back once we've finished. I know that the arising way is expecting us, but we shall need a bit more time to document everything. Do let them know we won't be long.
Were Professor Tinkin not preparing for a conference, I would have liked to hear his thoughts on this. On the bright side, the heart-shaped plant I found will make the perfect gift. I mean, research specimen. Be careful when bringing back biologicals. I dabble in archaeology and anthropology myself, but my studies stand to benefit from the perspectives of proper experts. Even Jeremiah will be jealous. Alright. Back to theorizing way. I like that we get the Endwalker World Quest guys, because yeah, this, you know, like at the end of the Endwalker World Quest, they were just like, let's use our knowledge or whatever to go explore the stars, and so this was sort of the basis. Oh, naming way's here.
I was waiting until matters were in order, but now the timing feels right.
Ooh, the timing for something? Alright, hold on. Back to theorizing way. Wait, don't go into Rusha's voice.
Kelvin, the tour continues, I presume. Then let us await their return. Got to remember he's haughty.
More haughty.
Welcome back, everyone. Tell me, how do you find Auxesia?
I'm just gonna, we're gonna go into the voice because we're gonna go into the voice regardless. All right, Rusha.
Oh, it's been fascinating. The sheer scale of the city. Those stereoscope images didn't do it justice. But here and now, with every small step I take, it feels as though I can hear the footsteps of ages past. Such sentiments are the bedrock for fledgling researchers' first foray into archaeology, and indeed a welcome reminder of my own halcyon days.
Likewise, though the Faculty of Anthropology has played only an assisting role in Delisa's work, I'm no less grateful for this opportunity. Doubtless these ruins are but a fraction of the star's history. From what we've seen on Atheris, countless more civilizations could be buried underneath. Oh, I see. So she's saying that, I guess that is an interesting perspective, like, because, you know, oftentimes in media, like in this case, it's kind of like, oh, this planet was like one race and this was the main race and that was all there is and stuff like that. But I mean, like, it's you tend to simplify, you know, like whereas, you know, we know that our planet's rich in like cultural differences and everything like that or whatever. It's just like one race, one culture, anytime there's an alien planet or whatever have you like that. But yeah, it's the same thing in this case. Like, obviously, like, we had a rich history of, like, you know, like, different civilizations coming and going. Obviously, it's, and, you know, the sun, things are crazy over on our star. People are just like, what the fuck happened here? You know, like, with the sundering or what have you. Honestly, pretty unique amongst all those stuff and things. But yeah, there could have been civilizations on the star before these guys popped up. Suffice it to say, I shall return to my research refreshed and renewed. So much so, poor Professor Tinkin may not even recognize me. As for me, though I previously journeyed as far as Faina, 'tis surreal nevertheless to stand upon a star I myself played a small part in discovering. And when I look at the night sky, I think there could be more civilizations like the Nagilvi out there. Yeah, maybe civilization's just waiting to recover. This visit has opened my eyes to what matters most for my research. A yearning for what lies beyond the firmament. I promise I won't soon forget it. Hell yeah, my guy.
Good, good. Nothing pleases me more than to hear your excursion has been fruitful. With each new star explored, the field of interstellar studies has made leaps and bounds. It will surely have need of capable researchers like young Jude here to develop its true potential. It sounds like we ought to meet with De Broye and Professor Talaka.
De Broye from the Culinary and Alchemy quest line, and Talaka from the fishing one, who we met up with last time on Oasis.
And discuss establishing an office for a new faculty of cosmology.
Oh, hell yeah.
That sounds magnificent. I imagine such an exciting new discipline will draw scholars from all different fields, my own especially.
Yeah, from astrology, for sure. So cosmology is in the study of other stars? Nice. A yearning for the great beyond has ever been a romantic's purview, and that is a conviction both Professor Tankin and I share. Just in case you didn't remember who I was, we were the romance quest line. And I'll be mentioning it without stop. But remember, that's not all I am. I'm also still a scholar. Searching away. Well, if it isn't my friends Sankashi, Jude, and Professor Arusha. I always forget that Searching Away's first appearance was at the end of was in that culmination quest line. Now, I didn't recognize them from when I met him back up with him back up in the Cosmic Exploration quest line, because the Loprits they all look generic. I'm sorry, Searching Away. So I didn't remember that. Hey, we had met this character before. I voiced him completely differently between the two quest lines. But yeah, they're friends. Have you been enjoying the sights here on Auxesia?
Searching Way, it's been far too long, my dear.
That reminds me, Kiaple Aliapo mentioned the vital importance of touching a Loprit's ear at least once for posterity, if you don't mind. Ah, yes, that was also part of the quest line of her wanting to touch the Loprit. Since when were my ears part of hands-on experience? All right, there we go. Oh, and Walker Rule Quest fellows, it was good seeing you again. It's cute. Oh shit, we're about to go. Guys, we're about to hear the bopping freaking red alert music.
I say, what is the obsession with touching our ears? Don't they realize it tickles? Ahem. Nevertheless, our cordial partnership shall continue for the foreseeable future. The scholars of Charlayan are ever welcome to visit us.
Alright, there we go. 3 minutes to the red alert. Oh my goodness. I don't think we'll I want to get through this side questing, and we've already been going for quite a while this stream, and usually this is my shorter stream, so I don't know if we'll participate in the full red alert, but let's talk to Momoko here. We got to start on another side quest. Full glad am I to see you in good health, Gelwyn. But more to the point, they have some time. As luck would have it, or alas. Alas, but also as luck would have it, of course. Always time for you, Momoko. Of course you do. Of course you always have time for me. You know, with the stay to put a smile on my face, don't you? Alright, a manager's foresight. Momoko seeks idle hands to handle animals. Oh, animal handling. Such a way sent a full report of your encounter with the collective semi-unconscious of the Nagilvi. Okay, so it's the collective semi-unconscious. But alas, sorry. With the analysis of Grandma Laurel underway, the research team is happily buried in their work. As an unfortunate result, however, the study of other facets of Auxesia's environment has been woefully neglected. That's where you come in. Giving you expert handling of wayward personnel, I'm confident that you will have little difficulty managing other fauna. Specifically, I would assign you to other fauna. Wayward personnel, just like fucking animals they are. Specifically, I would assign you to interstellar dammal research, the skill set for which only a scant few in the initiative possess. You'll learn all about it from the exozoologists on site. Think in advance. If you have difficulty locating the researcher in charge, I suggest you use your nose. Exozoologists tend to carry a certain odor. I see. All right, let me take a sip of water here real quick, and then this red alert is about to go here in a second. Yeah, stay hydrated, everybody. Stay hydrated. All right. Looks like we're doing the interstellar dammals over that way. Floricane incoming. Oh, deny its beautiful sight. I just wish it didn't mess with our something rather. Microbial activity is causing widespread malfunctions. Oh, there it is, the Floricane. It's one of the little petals. There we go. Have I done this one before? We haven't. Okay. Because there is... Oh, hey, Squitten! Squitten with the raid! Hello, raiders! Hold on, we just got a red alert started here. We have to listen to the bopping freaking red alert music. But yeah, welcome on in. My name is Lunalight. I mostly play Final Fantasy XIV, also a little bit of Overwatch, and occasionally some other things. We've been making our way through the Honkai Star Rail story as the variety game we've been tackling right now. And yeah, right now we're doing Cosmic Exploration. I've been doing the epilogue quests. Of course, now we're getting getting detoured by the red alert. Let me see. Where is the exclamation mark lady? There, oh, they're there. I got so turned around. All right. Because I do want to get through the other side quests, we won't stick around for the full red alert. But I do want to at least do one of each of the missions so that I can get the completion for having done it. There is like an achievement that you can get for like gold starring like everything. That includes, I think, red alert missions and stuff like that. So anytime there's a red alert that I haven't done yet, I usually do it just for the completion's sake. Let me see. Initiate. But yeah, when I first heard this music, I was like, hot damn. They did, once again, the music team friggin' popping off. I already really like the music on this latest planet on Auxesia. And they were just like, get ready, here's the red alert music, boom. The latest planet is nice, I've been loving it. Not only is it beautiful, but yeah, good music too, good music too. I haven't been up here that much though. Haven't been doing a lot of the farm. Eventually though, I'll get back in on it. I've just been chipping away at it here and there when I can. I'm in no rush. All right. Alrighty, sorry about that. I'm back. I return. Let's continue on the side questing here. So, Mamuko. Red Alert's just finishing here, but we're gonna continue. Muko has tasked us with going to help with the damels. Earnest exozoologist. Hold on. Let me turn down the BGM a little bit here. Maybe we should have waited for the red alert to be over. I was just like, yeah, it's practically over. Let's go back to side questing. Praise be to spare hands. Oh, I'm so glad I asked Mamuko to send someone. These hardy herbivores can adapt to many different climes, whether that includes other stars. However, is to be revealed by our findings. To disclose my bias in advance, I confess to the hopes that said findings will support the continued use of the name Interstellar Damel. For what a name it is. At any rate, we've outfitted the creatures with biometric scanners that transmit periodic health reports and deploy environmental support functions as needed. But of course, numbers never tell the full story. Direct observation is key. As much as I'd like to watch them all night, however, I must prioritize the analysis of their leavings, as it will affect what feed we import. So I thought to myself, well, shares the proclivity to forego sleep on a regular basis. Why, adventurers, of course. Why, adventurers, of course. And here we are. Uh-huh. You'll find the herd under the trees to the northwest. Be sure to make note of their biometric readings, in addition to more general observations. I'll need at least 3 data points. All right. The herd. Which is... They didn't really give us a quest marker objective. We did see them before, though. I took note that, oh, hey, they have just damels roaming around over here. There they are. Or at least I'm assuming this is where we're going. Observe the damels. Oh, nope, it's in a completely different area. My bad, I just need to zoom out. Oh, and there we go. Red alert resolved. All right. Once again, bopping music, though. Bopping music. Oh, there they are. Fidgety Damel. Interacting. This Damel looks a bit restless. According to its biometric scanner, a bowel movement was recorded, but you fail to see any physical evidence. Indigestion? Amid the familiar spells of the past, you detect a gaseous odor. Since it isn't reflecting the biometric data, you documented it just in case. Indigestion? Alright, docile Damel. Interacting. With his long neck craned skywards, the Damel appears to be enjoying the breeze. As his biometric readings are within standard parameters, you decide to catalog the specimen as healthy. It's having a grand time. Listless Damel. As you approach the Damel, you hear the rumble of its stomach. Its biometrics, however, indicate its next meal is scheduled for much, much later. Is he hungry? Perhaps the specimen has not yet learned which plants are safe for graze. You decide to request a supplementary snack on its behalf. Don't worry, my boy, my guy, my dude. You will be fed. Did they just expect it to graze on the local fauna? Yeah, introducing any animal to like a new food object is not always going to go well. Depending on how persnickety certain animals can be. Some animals are just like, yeah, I'll eat anything. But some animals are just like, it's not the correct texture. It has to be under the right lighting. and in the correct position on the correct time of day. Cats are like that sometimes. I had one cat. We had dry food initially, and then later on we introduced them to wet food. But one cat was just like, "No, what is this? This is something new. I don't understand. Weird, odd, strange. Would not touch it." The other cat was much more amenable to it. Had more of a range of stuff that they would eat. But our one cat was just like, "No, only this. I'll only eat this food." All right, let's see. Back over to the earnest exozoologist. Hello again. While you were observing the damsels, I all but completed my fecal analysis. So, what did you see? One healthy individual, a couple of concerns. Yes, damsels often become anxious after a bowel movement, but I suspect what the scanner recorded was merely flatulence. As for our famished friend, rest assured we'll send over snacks straight away. Conclusion-wise, as I've long suspected, a lack of direct handling could cost us dearly. A job this important cannot be left to machines, no matter how helpful they may be. Back in Labyrinthos, you see, we were contemplating the interstellar transport of flora and fauna since the Ragnarok days. However, previous stars have played a host to little in the way of edible flora, so only now can we test our hypothesis. Fortunately, with the hardy Damel at our side, we have had little in the way of surprises thus far. The hardest part was getting them aboard the Galactic Way, because they're so big. I love the Damels. Look at them. They're great. And if all this continues to go to plan, we may one day have an entire menagerie. Interstellar sheep for shearing, interstellar spriggans for mining, interstellar pieces for staring, I suppose. For staring. Take some of the species to space. Anyway, your assistance today brings us one step closer to that dream. And tell Mamuka I said thank you. I have a hungry Damel to feed. Alright, I love your passion for the Damels, my lass. Thanks to you, we may one day look forward to interstellar morbles. No. On second thought, perhaps not. Yeah. Let's limit the interstellar species. Let's limit bringing too many species along with us. Alright, let me see. Alright, Mamuko. Welcome back, Kelvin! Tell me, how fare the Damels? They seem to be doing mostly alright. The team wants for a more permanent on-site observer, it seems. Perhaps I could recruit a veterinarian expert from the studium. Previously, it was trouble enough to secure and transport enough food for our crew members, let alone for animals. We've always the starship's payload capacity to consider, after all. That's fair. Getting resources and food and stuff like that out here. But now that we've reached a star with a suitable environment to support more than a colony of fish, we must do our utmost to seize the opportunity. The ability to cultivate livestock far from Atheris would open up a world of new possibilities. Perhaps even secure our ability to establish a more permanent settlement should it be needed for the future. Hell yeah. This may be the Cosmic Exploration Initiative, but we mustn't forget we bear the legacy of the Ragnarok. The Damel shall help us carry it forward. Yeah, because we're using data from the Ragnarok. That was, while we were going to the edges of the universe, it was recording data. On the stars and the galactic ether ways or whatever. In truth, however, this request was about more than that. When you spoke with the Nagilvi, it was agreed that we would learn of each other, yes? Well, suffice it to say, they are listening. Not only the Budvi, our new pal, but the forest, the city. All of it's joined to the roots. From now on, every action represents Atheris. Hell yeah. That's represented well. And our research on Auxesia speaks volumes about the path we walked to get here, as well as what we might do next. If Atheris is to be represented, all of her peoples should have a voice, or even the fecal analysis. Well, I mean, this is what we've always been. All the people deserve a voice. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't know what we're getting at with this. Like, we are, I guess, like, we want to represent all of Atheris, including. I mean, Atheris got a lot to offer. There's a lot of different voices on Atheris. But sure, we'll do this one. Now that's an interesting point. I dare say the sylphs would feel a particular kinship, wouldn't they? Indeed, another plant-like race. It's true. I was thinking the elementals, but I didn't even think of the sylphs. Rest assured, I shall ensure all we've discussed today is given due consideration in discussions of the initiative's future, as well as how we comport ourselves on this star. And your next task, of course. For one matter is certain, neither of us will be put out to pasture anytime soon. All right. And there's more. Momoko? You have a little more time for me, don't you, Kelvin? Don't you? Yeah, no, I guess? Question mark? Oh, but the enthusiastic fist punch, I guess. Good answer. The only answer. We're getting Galactic Way miniature tabletop. Oh! Hell yeah! Of our little starship. This is definitely going into our apartment. It's time Momoko took things into her own idle hands. Now, from the moment this initiative first began, you have come to my aid on full many occasions. With your speed and efficiency, you've been a true delight to manage, as the manager here. Curtsy. Thus, I come to you to help me wrap up a loose end. As with the interstellar damals, it pertains to our agreement with the Nagilvi. To cultivate true understanding, it is vital that they learn of us no less than we learn of them. But when I canvassed the crew for ways to demonstrate our nature, not one person put forth an idea. Was the research team not clamoring to make contact with this lost civilization? Their silence baffles me. Maybe they had too many ideas all at once, or they're nervous. If anyone, I had thought surely Delise or Jesta would submit a proposal. Suffice to say, if they're trying to hide another problem, they shan't succeed. I'm sending you straight to the net root radius to get to the bottom of this. Just poke around a bit, Kelvin. See what you can learn about Delise and Justa. Alright. Out this ways. I think we'll have to go up, I think. Oh, hey! Was Sulyana taken? Is that why Sulyana Nova? For those who don't know, this is Plains. But she changed her name to Sulyana. Yeah, I figured. That's why I'm Lunalight _. The underscore very important. Because somebody else has the name Lunalight. Luna, though, very popular name. But I guess with enough time, many names get taken. Alright, Jesta. Hello there, Kelvin. Momoko didn't send you, did she? Yes, she did. Phasing way. I know, we're working on it. commanding way.
Some proper chit-chat is all, nothing to fret about.
Did we give them this kind of accent, or was it more like, I don't know if it was quite like this. It's gonna be like this now, though. It was in this area, but I don't know if we went different way with it. Alright, Delise. Welcome, Kelvin. Some of those Mamuko sent you to spy. Very astute of you. Surprised you're still going since you got to stream in the morning? Yeah, usually this is my shorter stream, and but it's turning into a full-length stream. Because I want to get through these cosmic exploration missions. So we're going until we're done. Yeah, I am going to be streaming in the morning, and so it's a little bit going to be a little bit of a rough turnaround, but no, I'm going to go get some sleep, and then we'll be playing some Overwatch in the morning. Alright, Delise. Make no mistake, our team has been searching far and wide for ways to promote a cultural exchange between ourselves and the Voyagers. Nagilvi. And we find ourselves ill-equipped to epitomize Atheris. I mean, like I said, there's a lot to tell of Atheris. And as well, editor of the Bibliotheca Historica has no shortage of subjects to discuss, regardless of who's listening. She's talking about herself. But would that truly convey who we are? So Atheris is quite the history to it. With such disparity of origin, culture, and expertise, I fear we'll paint a rather muddled picture. That's Atheris, muddled in all its glory.
Haven't a clue myself. Any thoughts, Kelvin?
Let it be muddled then. Or you need only convey who you are. Now my first thought was let it be muddled then. That's the true picture of Atheris. It's complicated. You're right. To present Atheris as a single homogeneous society would be a disservice to the great diversity of thought between individuals. You know, this society seems all kind of very united because they're just like, what are the trees or whatever. But yeah, we're very different. Really, there's no better representation of who we are than the myriad discoveries and connections we've each made. Hell yeah. Yeah, we've toiled on the front lines of exploration for so long, it's all a blur. We need someone with a broad grasp of the entire initiative, top to bottom.
I see where this is leading. If anyone's logged all the highlights from behind the scenes, it's our dear project manager.
Alright, we're gonna get Muko to be the representative. At last we have a viable proposal. In that case, I believe I have just the thing. Might you take this newly developed prototype attire to Mamuko? It was inspired by the design of the Damel's equipment, incorporating biometric scanner data, ethereal signatures, and other physiological records. Through them, the wearer's every action, sensation, and even emotion is captured and transmitted to our terminal. And even emotion? Should we connect that to Grandma Laurel? They're gonna get the full bam? Okay, sure. We can share those experiences with Nagilvi. With Amuko's activity log thus annotated by motion and her robust background knowledge, we can convey what it means to be part of the initiative without fear of inaccuracies. Of course, she will need to participate in our day-to-day missions more directly than is standard for a manager, but she may appreciate the opportunity to gain more than the usual abstract overview in turn. Yes, she's the perfect candidate, and you're the best person to convince her. We're counting on you, Cohen. Alright, Justa. The proposal is a celebration of individuality and collective effort. Oh, I do hope Momoko likes it. Please? You don't mind playing intermediary, do you? It's what I do. Believe me, you have the best chance of success. Commanding way? Oh, I think we're getting a little bit of lag here. This isn't good. Oh, this took a while to initiate.
I could show, like, get her hands dirty for a change.
Phasing way? Definitely taking a hot second for it to go. Oh my god, that was so delayed.
Speaking as a fellow project manager, I look forward to seeing Momoko in the spotlight.
Or was this our co-manager? The co-manager was like,
speaking as a fellow project manager, I look forward to seeing Momoko in the spotlight.
I think it was something like that. Alright. Also, Sienna, you said you may be around for the whole stream because your sleep is extra messed up right now and you're not getting sleep till like 2 p.m. I see. Okie dokie, then we'll be glad to have you. Alright, Momoko. Okay, less lag there.
I think you've been to see the least in the others. What do they have to say for themselves?
They've got a new prototype attire. This cutting-edge equipment was but recently developed and in exactly Momoko's size, no less.
And what does this set of Cosmic Explorers attire have to do with it exactly?
Here's the proposal.
A personal hands-on experience outside of the Timber Lodge. And I'm the perfect candidate? Well, that does sound like a refreshing change. Ah, very well. I suppose a project manager needs indulge her underlings from time to time. Once I don the prerequisite attire, I shall visit them in person to hear the particulars, and I expect you to join me, Cohen.
Oh, this lag is going to cause problems.
I'll need some time to get changed. In the meanwhile, you may go and relay the good news.
All right. Oh my god, we gotta go back. Forward and back, and then forward and back, and then forward and back. Oh god, that's oh wow, okay, delayed. Oh boy. Alright, I think what we might do, because it is getting a little bit late, is maybe what we'll do is we'll finish out this side questing with Momoko, and then I don't know how long this will be, the final quest here, so maybe next week on this day we'll come back and do that one. Because I don't know how long this is going to be. If this is going to be a big epilogue wrap up to Cosmic Exploration in general. I don't know if it's going to be long or it's going to be short. So we might come back and make this a two-parter in terms of the wrap up stuff, because I just don't know. And we've been going for a while here, so longer than I was expecting to go. But I should have known this would probably take a hot minute. But we'll finish this here first. Alright, Delise. You don't mind. Same line. Okay, okay. Commanding way.
Spoken to Mamuko, have ye? We've made sure the equipment's transmitted as it should.
Can't say she's well acquainted with riding the Cosmo liner, so I hope she finds her way. Here I am, as requested. I hope you all feel very honored. Ta-da! One of the new outfits. Concerned, more like it. How many wrong turns were you taking all this time? Well, perhaps a few. But my directional ineptitude is none of your concern. And now as for this prototype, it would seem the scanners and transmitters were positioned to permit maximum range of motion, correct? Just so. From now on, the entirety of your 5 senses shall be conveyed directly to the collective unconsciousness of the Nagilvi. Don't be intimidated. So it's important that you are able to act without artificial restriction. Right, don't be intimidated. Goodness, this is beginning to feel like a mission of critical import. It most certainly is. Now, given that you've seen precious little of Auxesia proper, where would you like to start? Good question. Any recommendations? How would you like to take part in a mech op? You can pilot our very latest model, tuned by yours truly. Assuming there's no red alert, of course. Might as we need to rush you straight to the front lines.
At this moment, we may as well ask her to pick up a share of stellar missions. Even the most amateur of artisans are welcome to contribute.
One at a time, please. Let's not exceed a reasonable workload. That being said, I should be delighted to demonstrate what a good manager can do when set loose on the pilot of assignments. Alright, best luck, Mamuko. Getting her hands dirty, metaphorically.
For a manager, this opportunity is invaluable. Maybe I'll try my port stellar missions sometimes.
Commanding way. At last, the Cosmo tables have turned. Instead of nagging and needing, she'll be working up a sweat. They want to see the manager actually get into the work that they've been doing. Alright, Delise. Where will this adventure take her, I wonder? Mayhaps I could monitor her coordinates on my exo tablet. Alright, Jesta. I sent Mamuko my recommendations via exo tablet. Quite the checklist now that I think on it. Upon her return, I look forward to hearing all about the wonderful time she's had. And she's back. Finished at last, after running halfway around the star. That's me on the gathering missions. Though they've put all sort of like missions in sort of the same area, so it usually ends up being less running around. In at least the newer planets. I, for one, was quite pleased to see that you completed everything on the list. Likewise, I observe your emotional state as depicted through your etheric signature. The thrill of piloting, the joy of discovery, the bitter sting of failure. I am not a specimen, Delise, and failure is overstating it. But I did have a lovely time. Glad we brought you out of the Timber Lodge, or I imagine it was quite educational. was like, glad we bought you out of the Timber Lodge. She's probably always in the central base. I no amount of paperwork could have conveyed the true talent challenges of cosmic exploration. And what an honor to represent Aetheris to Nagilvi. I feel, dare I say, positively fulfilled. Up, cue the emotional music. Do you think they feel it too? Being positive. Is that your ringtone, Delise? Oh, there's been a spike in ambient ether. Da-da-da-da. Ambient ether spike. They feel it too. Could it be? They definitely, the trees feel it too. All right, emotional moments done with. This gives me no few ideas. So who has some free time? Get back to work. There they go. All right. Let's hand this in with the Mamuko here. Your assistance today is much appreciated, Kelvin. I do believe we've made great strides in our connection to the Nagilvi. And who knows? Perhaps someday, I'll don the cosmic exploration attire once more. But for now, as one of our most generous contributors, I ask you to accept this small gift. I call it a token of my gratitude, if you like. Ahem. And now then, onwards and upwards for the Cosmic Exploration Initiative. Do stop by whenever you have time, won't you? Alright, our little miniature. That's definitely going in my apartment, because I like the idea that Kelvin can collect knickknacks. It's good memorabilia. Alright. So yeah, I think what we'll do is, because I don't know how long this quest is, and we have been going for a little while, we'll come back same time next week, and we'll fit in coming out here and doing this last little wrap up. So we'll have to part 2 this. We'll have to part 2 this. I don't. It could be short. It could be long. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. When I eventually put this up on YouTube, I'll just have to like clip it in, clip it in, because I'm sure this one might get. We might put this into 2 parts anyway. Who knows? But yeah, so we'll come back next time and speak to Searching Way here. So I think this might be a wrap up with Naming Way, just maybe a wrap up to the cosmic exploration stuff in general. So yeah, we'll get to that next time.